I'm Hindu. I'm born in India. India, the land of seekers, country known for its spirituality. In ancient India, there was no religion. There were only spiritual methods to become one with the Creator. Even today, there is no organized religion or quantified religion because it's each individual seeking for his own inner well-being. So using whatever tools available to know the God and offering to the God whatever things available was the way of society and culture. That is why you see so many rituals, many styles of worship in different regions of India. And they offer different things to the God, whatever they have and whatever is available in that region. So in every region of India, the way of worship is different because people in this land were always seekers, not believers. So they experimented and developed their own methods to know the ultimate truth. The word Hindu itself comes from the word Indu, the culture which was born on the banks of river Indu, and various methods they invented to find the truth all comes under Hinduism. So that is why it's so vast and not organized. Hindu is a cultural identity, geographical identity, not a religious identity. There is no one belief system you can see in Hinduism. It's about own individual quest to absolute. Yes, it is true that most of the work with the inner nature and inner mechanism of human, maximum amount of work and research was done in this part of the world, the land of India. Hinduism is historical in its origin, practiced as way of life over millennia, and its followers have enriched their beliefs and rituals by inclusive and assimilative of other ways of worship. No single book, oral doctrine, or individual revelation defines its nebulous parameters. If you see the recorded history of civilized world, you will find that mankind has not enjoyed much flexibility in choosing gods except those who born as Hindu. However, while the Hindus continued to evolve the worship of a staggering range of personal deities, their dharma, as opposed to a rigid religion, has long known the wisdom of God. At human level, caste restriction may have constricted social mobility, but the macro vision of the cosmic creator remained. In the prehistoric Indian subcontinent, which cradled and nurtured one of the world's first civilization in the Indus Valley, and later saw the fusion of many cultures, Hindus learned the importance of keeping alive the democracy of choosing one's God from all those which were created on the earth and brought to their land. They welcomed everyone with open arms and heart full of love because they were aware very well that all the paths eventually lead to the omnipresent one. The significance of Hinduism cannot be understood, especially to those not raised within the context and see only a part of as a whole. They need to understand it's about individuals seeking of the ultimate truth. With the universal reverence, Hinduism arguably the most copious body of literature, which questions or denied the presence of God. The Nastikas or atheists run parallel with the priestly class. Nastikas or atheists were also accepted by Hinduism as a part of process of liberating thought. Throughout India has produced Protestants, dissenters and rebels who shook Hinduism orthodoxy, but were not excommunicated from it, which demonstrates its open elasticity and level of tolerance. Hinduism is evolved and evolving religion, I can say, and it is still a matter of debate among theologians. The religious life of Hindu is not confined to the worship of personal God. Dharma governs the emotional, economical, political, and spiritual pursuits of all Hindus. The unique feature of all Hindu moral and ethical code is that it incorporates the negative as well as positive commandments is that four purushartha like dharma, righteousness, artha, creating wealth, kama, procreation for continuity, and moksha, liberation. Furthermore, the all-embracing religious life of Hindu doesn't confine the concept of sacred or divine to the unworldly. For the Hindus as a whole is sacred. There are sacred hills, sacred rivers, and sacred trees, and sacred lakes. As a Hindu, everybody has amazing democracy of choice in gods. As Hindus believe, it is possible to have as many visions of the God as there are men. Every man can have the very own Ishtadevta, a god that he fervently wishes to have his own. The meaning of word Ishta corresponds to that which it wish for or the occurrence which is desired. In this Ishtadevta lies that aspect of God which reveals itself to the man in a specific art of appreciation. A second-hand religiosity means the revelation of another was never considered as a noble vocation in India. Hindus has no problem with the apparently contradictory doctrines of monism, monotheism, and polytheism. The abundance of God in Hinduism is easy to understand if seen as multiple paths to the eventual goal. Idols and rituals are like ladders. Once you get abstract height, you don't need them. All these things are stages of spiritual progress towards the realization of absolute. Hinduism is not about confused multiplicity. It's about many spiritual methods and techniques to find the absolute. Hinduism has been assimilated rather than exclusivist in nature. It's like federation of various beliefs and practices. It has been also said Hinduism is like a banyan tree. Branches have taken root while the original form is untraceable. Plethora of Hindu legends and mythology is quite bewildering as Puranas were coined for the masses. Many of these are exaggerated, even absurd beyond belief. But their allegorical significance is abundantly evident. Rejecting them instantly as superstitious stories can distance readers from the deeper truth of the Vedas and Upanishads. Hindus believe that tolerance is the homage which the finite mind pays to the inexhaustibility of the infinite.